Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to explore how to query data from Apache Iceberg tables using PyIceberg. We'll focus specifically on selecting specific columns from our tables, which is a common operation when working with data. I'll be typing everything in this Jupyter notebook as we go along. Let's start by importing the necessary libraries and connecting to our catalog. The catalog is essentially the registry that keeps track of all our Iceberg tables. Next, import load catalog from Iceberg catalog package. After this, we can use the local catalog and create an object using load catalog method as catalog equal to load catalog, and name is local in parameter. Press Shift plus Enter to execute the cell. If there are no errors, it means our PyIceberg installation is working correctly. Now that we have our catalog connection, let's load one of our existing tables. In this case, we'll load the product table from the sales namespace. We can write as product equal to catalog.load table function and schema and table name as sales.product table name as parameter. When we run this cell, PyIceberg connects to our catalog and loads the table metadata. It doesn't actually load all the data yet. That's one of the benefits of Iceberg's design. We just have the metadata that tells us about the table structure, but we're not loading all the rows into memory. Now, let's see how we can select specific columns from this table. The PyIceberg API provides a clean and intuitive way to do this, using the scan and select methods. Let's try selecting just the name column from our products. So product.scan.select. And now the column name as name.to arrow and to pandas. Let me break down what's happening in this code. Product.scan creates a new scan operation on our table. .select specifies that we only want the name column. .to arrow converts the result to Apache arrow format, which is an efficient in-memory columnar format. .to pandas converts the arrow result to a pandas data frame for easy display in our notebook. When we run this cell, we should see a pandas data frame with just the name column from our products table. This approach is very efficient because Iceberg will only read the data for the name column from disk, not all columns. Now, what if we want to select multiple columns? It's just as easy. We just provide multiple column names to the select method. Let's select the product ID, name, and stock columns. When we run this, we'll get a data frame with just those 3 columns. Again, Iceberg is only reading the data for these specific columns, which can be much more efficient than reading the entire table, especially when your tables have many columns or large column values. This ability to select specific columns is especially powerful in Iceberg because of its columnar storage format. Traditional row-based storage would require reading the entire row, even if you only wanted a few columns. But with Iceberg's columnar approach, we can read just the data we need. Remember, the key benefit here is that Iceberg's architecture allows these operations to be efficient even on very large data sets, because it only reads the data it needs from disk. This is especially important when working with big data applications, where reading unnecessary data can be very costly. That's all we have in this video. I hope you have learned something new today. Let's see in the next video.